Welcome to MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next. If you're not too careful, you just might learn something.
Hi there, and welcome to another episode of MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next, and if you're not too careful, you just might learn something. So today, we're going to kick off a new series for a new project that I'm fixing to start working on here, and we're going to call it Old Blue. And what that is a 1982 Ford F-150, and it's an XL trim, and it's a little short bed step side or style side, depending on what ilk you call it. And basically this belonged to a good friend of mine and his wife, and it was her daddy's truck, and she always wanted to get it fixed up for him and kind of semi-restored and get all the glitches and bugs worked out of it. But unfortunately, the good Lord took him, and but she still wants to kind of restore the truck and bring it back to life, kind of in his honor. So MacGyver's on the case, and we're going to make it happen. So we're going to help her out, and we're going to go as far as we can. This is not going to be a concourse restoration by any means, but it's not going to be a half-assed one either. So it's like speed costs money, how fast you want to go. We're going to have budgets to go by, but we'll just we'll make it the best it can be regardless. So let's get underneath here and let me show you what I'm up against, because this truck originated from Pennsylvania and lived the majority of its life up there, so you can pretty much imagine what we're going to find. Alright, so we're pretty much looking at a Pennsylvania truck here. We're going to find a lot of rust underneath here from where they salted the roads, and remarkably up front here, it's not eat up as bad as I thought it would be, but no good optimism ever goes unpunished. So once we get towards the back, we'll see some more real damage. Not sure about the condition of the motor. My buddy Roger said he thought that it may have a blown head gasket. Don't know, we haven't gotten that far yet, but we'll check into it. As you saw in part one, I had to put a steering column in it just to be able to get it in here, and once I got it up in the air, then it's like rut-row. So lots of rust. Now some of this stuff could be salvageable, and I was pretty optimistic. Even somebody capped the catalytic converter here. You can see where they cut a hole in it and knocked all the guts out of it. As up in Pennsylvania, you do have to pass an emissions inspection, and they look underneath the vehicle with a mirror to see. So they would have seen the catalytic converter, but they probably wouldn't have seen where it was, gutted. And of course, the exhaust, I didn't expect anything good out of that. But the further back we go, the worse it gets. One good shining star is it looks like it has a new fuel tank in it, or recently installed fuel tank and straps, because they would have been totally destroyed. I know, sure that's why they put the new tank and straps in. So, but I don't know how long it's been in there. So, and this thing's been sitting forever with a bunch of gas in it. So, hopefully it's not eat up too bad inside with the old gas. But, and of course, it feels like it's about full of gas. That's just my luck, but mechanic's curse. And all right, so here's where it starts getting ugly. So we'll start right here on this cross member, and you can see where it's gone. Majority of it's gone, and this is a main part of the cross member. It's riveted to the frame. It's not like something you can unbolt and replace. I mean, well, you could, I suppose, but you know, this frame's eat up so bad by the time you sandblast it, there'll be nothing left. And let's see, where else are we going here? Of course, looks like the majority of the bed is eat up in here. We're gonna have our work cut out for us resurrecting that. You can see parts of that are eat up pretty bad. Then as we get further back here, let me turn the camera around. You can see that up here where the shock mount is, that's pretty well toast. And you know, now that's not the end of the world. Something like that could be fixed, but again, as I said, once you get back this far, and I'll show you where the decision was made. Moving back a little bit further, we got this bed mount right here, and you can see where it's just completely eaten away. And this is like, you know, 1/8 inch, you know, hydroformed steel. I mean, this stuff is really bad. And then on the back side here, you got cracks starting and running down, and that's just no good. And you know, there's so much wrong back here with all the rust. The brake lines, you know, they've been hodgepodged and bodged ever since, God knows how long, fixed to fix rusted out sections, you know. So I made the suggestion that we begin looking for a donor truck. And you know, as I'd mentioned earlier, just to find that steering column was like trying to find a unicorn, because most of these trucks got crushed in the Cash for Clunkers program. So there's a few out there, but they're few and far between. But miraculously, and this is of course after I actually find a steering column to put in the truck to get it in here, I find a donor truck. Now I wished it would have had a bed on it, but it's got like a put together wooden flatbed on it. But it's practically the exact same truck. Short bed, 6-cylinder, manual transmission, 4-wheel drive. So, you know, I'm not going to complain too loudly. So we're going to go with it, and I'll do a little slideshow with some detailed pictures of this truck, and then some of the pictures of the donor truck. And as far as the donor truck goes, really the main thing I'm concerned about getting off of it is the frame. So then we'll, you know, go forth with that, sandblast it, clean it up, paint it, make it look good, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned.